I'm Mary Pepino, and welcome to Fit for You, the show that teaches you how to live a healthier and more fit lifestyle. You're probably wondering why I'm dressed like I am. Well, you're going to find out in a few minutes here that we are with a fabulous group of ladies. I'm at the Judy Conti Dance Studio in Boardman, Ohio, and I'm with Judy's Dancing Divas, a phenomenal group of women that are between the ages of 60 to well into their 80s. You're going to be amazed at what they can do and what they were able to teach me. I hope you enjoy the show. One of the easiest and most fun ways to get people to exercise is to introduce them to dance. And it's something that comes natural to all of us. So my dear friend Rose Memo and I were doing the last show, and afterwards Rose was telling me that she had joined a dance group with Judy Conti's dance studio called the Dancing Divas. And they're women between the ages of 60 and well into their 80s, and it just sounded like an amazing group. And Judy Conti is just a phenomenal teacher and a wonderful, wonderful person that I thought it would really be fun to do a show and bring dance to our audience, because it's such a simple thing and it's so easy to do, and we don't think about doing it when we think about exercise. So Rose Memo, my dear friend, was kind enough to arrange all this, and I've gotten to know Judy a little bit better over the last, a couple of weeks getting ready. So welcome, ladies, to Fit for You.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great to be here.
Yes.
So fun.
And Judy, you've been doing, now I have to tell the audience, so you are, how old?
How old? Well, let me say, I started dancing when I was 5, and in August it'll be 70 years.
Oh so my God.
I'll be 75 soon. I'm still doing it, yay.
And you look fabulous.
Thank you.
I cannot wait for them to see when you're dancing a little bit later in the show.
I'll be glad to.
But what got you when you started when you were about 5? And Rose, we're going to jump over to Rose in a few minutes because I think you were that age too.
I danced too.
Yeah.
I was.
And then you stepped away from it.
About 46 years.
Yeah.
But I'll let Judy tell her story.
Yeah. So tell us.
Well, my mom's favorite was Judy Garland, so that's who I was named after. So what else do you do with a little girl when she's 5 and you love Judy Garland? You enroll her in the local dance studio. And that's when I started. When I started, back then, there was 2 main studios. It was Fred Kotheimer or Billy Earhart. And I was a Fred Kotheimer student, and danced all my life.
And you never stopped?
Never stopped.
Now, how old were you when you started to teach?
I was an apprentice teacher when I was 13 for about 3 years. And by the time I was a junior or senior in high school, I was given my own classes to teach. And went to New York City every summer to study all through my high school years. We studied at, June Taylor had the largest studio then. She had the dancers on the Jackie Gleason show, but all the Broadway dancers taught at her studio. So we would save up our money all year and then spend a month or 6 weeks there studying. My students still go, and now it's Broadway Dance Center is the big place they go to.
Tell us, when we were preparing for today, I found it so interesting about the history of dance. And then in the 1960s, it started out where you only danced with a partner.
Right.
But so let's take us back to where it all began. Back to, I believe it was ballroom dancing?
Ballroom dancing. That's when you go to a ballroom. Here in Youngstown, it was Idora Park or the Elms Ballroom. Avon Oaks still has ballroom dancing. And that's when you do have a partner, and one always leads and one follows. There's a set of basic steps, whether it's cha-cha, the waltz, the foxtrot, rumba, tango, all those. That's different than what I do. Mine is more the professional Broadway style of dancing. But yeah, that all changed in the 60s when Chubby Checker started the twist, and then they broke away from partners and they all started doing their own thing. And that's when the different dances came in. It's good and bad. The good because anybody could get up there and do a little bit of moving and without worrying about what steps they're doing and how they're going to look. So either way.
And I loved it. It wasn't just the twist is what kicked it off. And then we went into, I love it. And I remember these, the Watusi, the Boogaloo,
Boogaloo,
the Pony,
Pony,
the Jerk,
Exactly.
The swim.
We'll show you those dances.
I know. I'm so excited how you've
do.
incorporated all into the routine.
Well, I thought they would remember a lot of that because they grew up, a lot of them grew up in the same era, 50s, that I did. So that's why I thought it'd be a fun dance for them to do.
Well, and you know what else I love about those types of dances too? Like, it really gets you, they're not, for people that aren't maybe quite as coordinated as others, you know, they're not quite as structured, but it gets you, people don't understand when you're moving and you've got to keep your arms up for a little bit, take them down, move them to the side. You know, if you're walking or running in place, I try to tell people, hold your hands up over your head for a minute of whatever you're doing. It makes a big difference. So I want to talk a little bit about the health benefits of dance and then how you incorporate that into what you do. Dancing will keep you forever young, strong bones and lubricated joints. It's a calorie blaster. You get better blood flow. It's mental mastery, very, very good for the mind. Balance, critical, and especially as we get older, socially satisfying. And it makes you a happy self.
She did her homework.
I did. And I have some calorie burns I do, but I mean, the calories are, you can burn anywhere from 200, 800 calories in an hour of having a really good time. But I think as we talk about, you know, to the dancing divas, it covers so much of this because when you're young, you're maybe doing it for different reasons. But I think it's really important when you start to get into your 40s and 50s and, you know, you're not as active, you know, just naturally in your lifestyle, you're more settled in your career. Now we're at the computer, now we're doing everything, which we can, you know, Rose and I were talking about childhood obesity on the last show. So for the little kids, you know, Judy starts them at 3. But, you know, it's really important now. We have to force ourselves to get out there and do things. And structured exercise, people aren't, you know, it's tough to get on that treadmill. It's tough to get on the elliptical for a lot of people. And this is fun.
This offers them a different aspect of exercise because it is fun.
It is fun.
And everybody doesn't love to go to the gym, even though they should, but they love to do this.
This group is phenomenal. This group is a very interesting group. I was introduced to this group by a friend of mine saying, my cousin is going to do a dance group doing tap, ballet, and jazz. And that's unusual for a group in my age group. And so I said, no, I'd really like to do that. I had been away from dance for 46 years. I had married and had kids and dance at weddings, etc., but not tap, ballet, and jazz again. And I was interested in going back to it. And I think from a psychological standpoint, and that's what I always bring to the show, you need to go back to what your passions are as a child when you're in your older age, when you're in that final stage of your life, if you can. Not everybody can do this. But Judy makes it so easy and so simple, and she is so gracious with all of us.
Because I love it. It's fun.
But she never criticizes us, and we make mistakes all over the place.
Whatever they do, it's
okay
moving,
with
good.
Judy. And so she brought us together in October, and we've only been dancing since October. We took a month off for Christmas because no one wanted to do that during the holidays. And we started up again, and we were in Judy's recital this year. We will go out and dance for any group. There are 13 of us that love dancing. And some of us had a dance experience, a few of us, but have been away from it for a lot of years. Some of us had none. And they're unbelievable. You will see today, they are absolutely unbelievable, and they don't want to make mistakes. And I keep saying to them, you can make mistakes. Right. We're not the Rockettes. Although in one performance we did, there were older people in the audience who thought we came in from New York and we were the Rockettes. So we're holding on to that group. We will perform for them again. So I started as a young girl at age 4 with Tony Romeo. And
Tony was one of Billy Earhart's, and I was one of. So we all, you know, that's where it started.
There's always a connection there.
Our group, there are about 20 of them, but there are a few that choose not to perform. And they just want to take class and the exercise, you know, and for the fun of it.
And that's important because there are viewers out there that maybe want to participate but don't want to perform.
That's optional. Definitely. It's not optional. Whatever, if they want to do it. And this happens to be the group that wanted to do it. So there's about 20 of them that do
will dance.
We do it on Tuesday and Friday mornings for an hour and a half. half hour tap, half hour jazz, half hour ballet. And I stick straight to...
All the ballet terms are in French, right? They're all French words.
They are in French. There's like three main, there's the cicchetti, which is the Italian, there's the Russian and the French, but ballet is taught using French terminology. So if Rose goes to Russia and takes a ballet class, she'll know what plie, tendu, arabesque, she knows all the terminology. I do teach them with the ballet as well as the tap. They all have, a lot of them have names to it as well. Yes. Buffalo, cramp roll, hopsable step, they all have names, so this way they can learn.
Dr. Roizen, as many people know, I chair Dr. Roizen's Wellness Institute at the Cleveland Clinic. And he just recently wrote a book that we talked about a couple of shows ago, but he talks about 15 points that we need to follow to stay young and vibrant, well, you know, into our hundreds, hopefully, the direction we're going with health and fitness. But the book covers so many things that you cover with this group of women and with this dance. Let's talk about the buddy system, because one of the important components, one of the important steps is that you have people that motivate and you have a buddy. So, Ro, tell us about the buddy system with these women and the divas.
This group is incredible. We came together and I only knew 2 other people in the group. And by the end of the season, we didn't really want to part for the summer, even though we knew we had to. We needed a break, and we needed to regroup, and we will get together in the fall, even though we're doing performances like this throughout the summer. The group has become a very cohesive group. We support each other. I give the credit to Judy for bringing us together. She is our mentor. She is our model. She is such a spiritual person, and many of the women have been drawn to her, I think, because of divine intervention, of course. That's how I feel. But the whole group just has bonded. We've become friends. And many of us started out dancing 1 day a week, and then it's like, well, the group's getting together. I don't want to miss Friday. So that now we're doing it 2 days a week. And we really have bonded as a group, and we know about each other's families. We know if someone is sick, if, you know, what's happening with your mom right now. Changing shoes, because we go from tap to jazz to ballet shoes, and just changing shoes. What's going on? Are you okay? Are you're going on a vacation? Be safe. It has become a group that someone had asked me very recently when I was very sick 2 years ago, who supported you? And I said, well, you know, I had very close old friends that supported me, but now I'm making very new friends that are just as supportive. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, my dance divas are just, I could call on any one of them and they would be there for me. Dance has brought us together in such a way like I've never seen a group of women.
And
it is spiritually enhancing.
It really does. It bonds even like my younger students and my teenagers in our competition. I have 45 kids in my competition group. I mean, they're best friends forever, and it's like a lifetime thing that they are.
And those are critical components of good health.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Good.
Now let's talk about the exercise of the mental mind, because that's important. And they're learning how you have to, you know, hold your head high. Well, you know far better than me, so I'll let you describe. And then you have to learn the steps.
Yeah,
talk about that a little bit.
You do. You memorize. You know this is first. Like I tell everybody, if you can count to 8, and you could still walk, the older ones, because some of the ladies had knee replacements, hip replacements, and shoulder, you know, out of place and everything. But as long as they can physically still walk and count, but then the rest is up to their memory. Their mind. They have to remember what comes next, because you don't want to be running into her when I should be turning this way. You know, you have to know what comes next, and that's the best thing for the mind. Just concentrating.
And that is something that all of us struggle with. We don't want to make a mistake. We don't want to forget a step.
Remember.
So many of us have taped the dances. And we go home, and if I'm sitting in a doctor's office or waiting for someone to come out, I'm waiting for
good.
someone in the car, I
In the
look at
car.
my tape and I just memorize steps. The memorization is important, and we all know that as a group, and we're afraid of making a mistake.
I'm
We
waiting
don't want to.
when they could dance without me. Right now, I'm still dancing in front with them.
We don't want her to ever leave
But,
us.
you know, I still.
We are the chicks, she's the mother.
So.
Let's talk about balance a little bit, because and posture, and I think people. I have seen it, and you've been doing it so long, and I've known you so long, so I've always known you to be poised. But I've seen people to get into dance, and they just sit better, and their back problems are better, and their tummies are tighter. And I know when you start in their exercises,
It's
one of
always-
the first things yes, hold in your tummy.
Pull in the tummy, chest up, shoulders down, so you're not, like this. Everything is body placement. And I do emphasize it with them, but I want it to be fun and happy for them. So, it's not like you're taking a strict ballet class where the teachers used to have the stick and come along and lock your knees tight. Right now, it's like, do it and enjoy it and move and, stay with the music and the counting and the timing. But in the meantime, yes, it's up on your toes and down, up on your toes. So that balance.
And even if they don't look as poised as you, it's planting the seed in their head, and you're thinking about being. I know even when I'm sitting with you, I'm much more conscientious about because you're so poised. It just comes so natural to you, and I think it's I love it. I so admire that. But it really, and it helps because people don't want, and in our natural life today, with the we do this by the time you are in your 70s, let alone in your. I mean, it's sad. You see people hunched over and all kind of issues in, the core area in the back. And this is really a fun way to address some of that.
And you had mentioned the balance earlier, and I know with this group, when we're doing the chaîné turns across the entire floor.
Which we will show what a chaîné turn is in a little bit.
Well, we're iffy on the chaîné turns, by the time we get to the, Judy will show you. When we get to the end of the...
chaîné is turn and turn and turn and turn.
And when we get to the end, we're holding onto the wall because we're not spotting as well as we should. But it is help. We're doing better now than we did in October.
Absolutely.
We're not quite as dizzy, and we're spotting better.
Yes,
and
what
there are
is the
tricks.
secret?
Yes.
How do you not get dizzy?
You do. We call it spotting. S-P-O-T-T-I-N-G. You pick out a spot. If you're doing to that direction, that's what you look at. So as you turn, your head snaps back, and you only see what that spot you've picked out. You don't see the whole room going around.
Do you close your eyes or keep them open?
No. You look at that spot. You look and you turn, and you look back and turn and look back. So you don't see the whole room, but they're still getting there.
As a group, we're still working on spotting. We're doing better. But this group is phenomenal. They will try anything.
They are. They do.
And they are very grateful.
They help each other. I'll see them helping each other if I'm busy for a second.
I want to talk about, because there are really a lot of muscles used. So we talked about the core a little bit. Quadriceps, which would be the front of the thigh. Hamstring, which is the back of the thigh. And when you're lifting and you're holding and you're raising, important.
Yeah, we do. We go to the ballet bar. I don't think we did that for you today, but they stretch out at the bar. I don't have them going on the floor doing their splits. No, it's not necessary for them, and we might have to help each other get up off the floor. So what we do is a slide out at the bar, which is the same thing. I tell them even at home, put your leg up on your kitchen counter, on the kitchen, and slide with your legs, slide forward. And so you're doing a split in that way. So they're stretching here. We do kicks to get their legs.
Judy is unbelievable at her kicks.
She can still do the rocket kick.
She can still do the better than rocket kick.
Well, I'm still able to do it.
We ask her to do that for us periodically because we're all very envious, and we're kicking.
And they're kicking.
We're
they're
kicking, but
better.
not nearly as high as Judy.
I told them their chance for the Rockettes is over, so it doesn't matter. They kick as high as they can. Please don't pull any muscles. Go as high as you can.
Wait a minute. There may be a senior Rockette coming out of all this. You never know.
You never know.
Well, absolutely. I want to be the part of it.
Absolutely. And I think I know
the three of us would be
us.
able to make that happen.
Right.
There are 13 of us who would love to do that. This group is phenomenal.
In the meantime, they're the Judy Conti Diva Dancer Rockettes.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Fun.
Did we talk about hip and glute? calves and feet. Feet are very important.
Feet are important.
Because, and you have to, especially on the ballet side, right? All right, so I'll tell the viewers my little Judy Conti story, because when I was a very little girl, I started to take dance with Judy Conti. And, you know, my mother was like, you know, very, like, excited about this. And I have very flat feet and very little flexibility. So as much as I loved it, I stuck with it for a while. I just didn't do nearly as, I didn't have the feet to become a U, but it was just, it's so beautiful.
As long as you enjoyed it.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, it helps you pay attention, stay in your place, follow directions, whether your feet work or not. It's just good for everything. With,
exactly.
Everything else.
Talk to us a little bit about line dancing. When did line dancing come into play? Because I know a lot of people, you know, enjoy. There again, it's a fun thing that is simple and easy, and a lot of people can do it.
Well, a lot of them are very ethnic line dancing. My husband's Greek, so we had our big fat Greek wedding 52 years ago, and everybody did their line dancing, you know, with their circle dancing.
The Italians
have
the tarantella.
They have that, so and then a lot of the country line dancing started. But I think I'm trying to think how far back beside the electric slide. You know, maybe 20 years.
30 years ago, right?
Probably about 30 years. And then there's different ones that have come and evolved, you know, since then. That Cuban shuffle and
cha-cha.
Cha-cha.
And I think the important thing is, you know, if you really enjoy those types of things,
you can get up and do it.
Yeah,
and
get up together and do
a partner. You don't need a date.
Right.
You can go to a wedding and still dance and have fun.
And you can practice it in your living room if you just like to
want
to learn. Yeah, if you just want to get the steps down for like a little something like that, you know, in between coming here for your classes. But even things like that, I think, you know, are really fun and different.
And they were, I remember doing it at my oldest son's wedding, the electric slide. And we just did it at a party last weekend.
They do it.
They're still doing the electric slide.
The dance floor could be empty, and then they put the electric slide on, and everybody goes up to do it. Especially the women, because a lot of the men, well, again, when they quit doing the jitterbug and the cha-cha together as couples back in the 50s, 60s, early 60s, then the men didn't learn how to cha-cha and jitterbug, and it wasn't as important, you know, then, because they did the boogaloo.
You've had the pleasure of being married for many years.
52. And,
Is he a very handsome gentleman? I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him, but the picture is very handsome man.
Yes, he's a doll. It's great.
You and Dr. Memo
have been married 45 and a half years.
I love it. I love it. So,
and there was a prerequisite to marry him, by the way.
What was it?
I said, you have to learn by me. I said, you have to know how to cha-cha. And I taught him how to cha-cha. And he still will do that with me on the dance floor.
Because I was going to say, is he dancing more now that you're dancing?
Well, he is dancing. He always did dance with me. But I said, you have to learn the cha-cha. It was my favorite dance. So he learned before we got married.
And my husband was voted in his high school class the best dancer. So
that's what I was going to say. So you're still I bet watching you for, I'm sure, at an event is just fabulous.
It's fun.
And by the way, Dr. Memo, I give him a hug for me because I have a special place. He was one of my dad's very special doctors and helped him very, very much throughout his life. I love Dr. Memo. So anyway.
He is very supportive of this. He came to our, we were in Judy's dance recital 2 nights, and he was there both nights. And I said, well, you don't have to come both nights. And he said, no, I want to. I want to come both nights. So he's very, very supportive of this. And we now plan our vacations or commitments to other things around my dance and performances. Because he knows it's important to me.
Yes.
And he knows a lot of my dance diva friends and their spouses, and really, it's a wonderful, wonderful group.
And I know you're so supportive of him. And we were talking the same thing about you, Judy. And that's what makes, you know, that's so important for a marriage to last for 45, 50 plus years.
It is.
Music, really critical because, you know, if there's music that, I think people have a knack for picking good, motivating music. Obviously, you do, because it's a key to, I think, being, a successful dance teacher.
Well,
What's your secret?
It is. You want to get something that they can recognize and they can love, just like Phantom of the Opera, doing a softie. They're brand new in ballet, but yet, because the music is pretty and lyrical, it was nice to dance along with that. Something that they can recognize, something that the audience can recognize. A good beat, not too fast, not too slow. Today it's very difficult even finding, we have a lot of hip hop, beautiful, fabulous hip hop dancers, but they're trained in tap, jazz, ballet, lyrical, everything. They're not just hip hop dancers. But we're very careful with the lyrics, with the costumes, with everything, so that we're not provocative by any means, or use any kind of music that would not be suitable for anybody, let alone kids.
And Judy's
So,
hip-hop dancers, you can see, have the fundamentals of tap and ballet.
Strong,
It
good
is
dancers.
very tasteful, it is elegant hip-hop, and it is absolutely beautiful and fun to watch.
That's one thing we haven't done yet with the ladies.
No, we
but
haven't done any
we'll
hip-hop
see.
yet. We probably will, maybe next
That'll be,
year.
yes, as you graduate into your next season
Absolutely,
together.
absolutely. But as you talk about music, if any of us is feeling sad walking into the class, as soon as the music starts, and as soon as we get into our positions, we each have a position, and as soon as we get to that position and the music starts, any sadness, any feeling bad goes away.
Because
Music can do that. Friendship can do that. Exercise can do that.
Definitely.
All of those things together make you feel better. And you walk out and you think, I can tackle the world now. I'm okay. It is a wonderful, wonderful exercise, not only for the mind, but for your emotional state, for your spiritual state. We have all come together as a group. She's our leader, but we support each other. Spiritually, we fill each other's cup.
It's been great.
Dance has filled our cup.
They really didn't want to stop during the summer, but you need to stop and take a break, and then you start back again with even more enthusiasm. So it's a good thing.
Before we go to demo, real quick, tell me, because you got this idea a year or so ago?
Yeah, about a year ago. I just thought, I honestly don't know why. I just don't know why. I just thought, because certainly I do so much in my life anyway, and that I love doing. I just thought, there has to be some women out there that would not want to go to the gym, but yet wish they danced or used to dance and want to come back to dancing. And so I just advertised in my at my recital last year and sent out some flyers, advertised in the Vindicator as well as wherever. And I started getting phone calls.
Advertising for women.
Yeah,
50,
definitely.
50
Yeah.
on
Oh,
up,
yeah.
right?
Oh, that's
50 to whenever.
definitely for the senior divas. And, diva is a beautiful word. It's a successful, well-known, accomplished woman. And that's what they are. It's a successful, well-known in whatever field they have chosen in life. And so that's why they're my divas.
And and that's important, because people think of a diva as you have to be this glamorous, made up. You could be, a wonderful mother, a wonderful housewife, a wonderful supportive. You could be. That's a diva.
She's a number one person.
Absolutely.
And I speak for all of the divas. I'm here, the only one on stage here with the two of you, but. Many, many, many thanks to Judy and to you for bringing us here today.
This was great.
The group is very grateful and humbled to be a part of this group, and it just fills our cup.
Well, and and it's an important point too, I think, as we're closing. Everybody needs everybody. People need people. I need you, because I wouldn't have a great show without you. You're appreciative to do it. Judy's the leader. Oh my God, you've been such, in my life, you've been such an inspirational support and so on. But it's just nice to know, it's important people know. Everybody needs people, and there are people out there, that can connect. Don't ever feel alone,
And you're never too old to make really good friends. I have very good close friends throughout my entire life.
They all say, like Rose, she's a beautiful spokesperson for us, and I appreciate her so much, but some of them would say, we're so glad we found this group. We're so glad we found this group.
Absolutely.
So, and I think, they're there to share with each other.
I
And
could
a lot of
call
times,
on any one of them if I needed them for anything today, and they would be there. And they know that about
they enjoy
me,
what
and they
they're
know
doing.
that
Look
about
forward
each
to
other.
coming.
Yes.
So
We do.
Yeah,
We do.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a bond that you never think at your latter years that you could make friendships like this, but we have. And that, I believe, is good mental health.
Definitely.
And you are all examples that you obviously, it makes you look and feel fantastic.
We feel
So I'm so excited to see it. Thanks, ladies.
Thank
Our
you.
pleasure.
Our
Thank you so much.
pleasure.
Thank you so much. That's great.
Love you both.
Great. Thank you.
To when I was teaching aerobics
Yeah.
and, you know, that type
Yes.
of exercise, you know, way back
It
in
is.
the 80s.
That's right. Because aerobics, it really started with jazzercise. So the jazz moves went into that. Aerobics took in the whole realm of all the movement. But if you remember, we called it jazzercise. I think it was with Judy or that started it. And it is the jazz moves that we do. So.
Now, do you start every practice with the warm-up?
Yes, we do. Yeah, from the head, the neck, the shoulders, the hips, the kicks, the splits. These ladies I don't usually put on the floor, but we do go to the ballet bar and stretch out and practice our kicks as well. But we do definitely a full body warm-up. Yeah.
Let's see it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Front, back, front, back, head, front, back, front, right and left. Head, right, left. Relax your shoulders, left, right, and double front and back, front, back, right and left, right, left. Roll your head around, and reverse, around. Lift the shoulders and lift, drop. Strong hands, strengthen your hands. Lift, drop, and front and back, front, back, pop them front. Roll them back and roll back, roll just the right, and just the left. Alternate right and left, right. Rib cage out, reach to the side, and stretch. Double up. 1, 2. Hands down, hips to the right, hips left, right, and pop the hips, pop. Add the shoulders. Stretch up tall, flat back forward, cross the arms and drop them down. Touch the floor and touch.
Judy, I'm so excited to see the ladies perform. So let's talk a little bit about each dance we're going to see before we get started. We're going to start with the hula?
We're going to start with the hula because we want to teach another new student to join our Diva ladies.
I'm excited.
So, yeah, it was great. It'll be fun. It'll be so much fun.
Now tell me what you focus on when you're doing the hula, because I know it's a very poised dance.
Basically, all your hula dancing tells a story. So if you want to do the ocean waves, or the birds, or the fish in the sea, or if you're eating, the hands tell the story. The basic step is just a 2-step with soft hands, but you always listen to the words and go along with whatever they're singing about.
And I love the fact too that you get a lot of body movement in, so absolutely. Well, let's see it.
Okay, we want Mary to learn the hula with the girls. Mary, we'll be all set to go to Hawaii.
Thank
you. Wonderful.
I don't feel like I should be in the front with you.
No,
Should I step
well,
back?
you're going to learn. We're going to teach you right now.
Okay.
Because all of Hawaiian dancing tells a story.
Okay.
So we do like the rains coming down with your fingers down. We do the palm trees waving in the breeze. We do the birds flying overhead. We do the ocean waves down. Good. Oh, you got the move already. Good. So it's 2 steps to the right. The basic step is side together, side touch, and the other way, side together. And the hands always do like the ocean waves. 2, change. Side together, side. Good. So we're going to do lovely hula hands, graceful as the birds in motion. 2 steps, side. And now the ocean waves, gliding like the gulls or the ocean. Lovely hula hands. Good job. Look, she's ready for Hawaii. Okay, then we do the reins coming. You can just follow us along.
I really haven't practiced, guys. This is my first time.
All right, then we go around the island. We do like a choo-choo, step forward and back. Step forward and back. Step forward and back. Now you roll the hips around in a circle as we go around the island.
Oh, sure. I was doing
there
so
you go.
good. Now it's getting really hard.
There you go. Good. You got it. Good. Then we do our basic. And we tell them everything that we know. We point to our brains because we know something is telling a story from our mouth out to the audience. And when we love somebody, we rub our hearts. Okay. I think you're ready to go.
I'm not going to look like you guys, but we're going to try
Let's try it.
It'll be amusing to our
it'll be great.
the people watching.
Other side. Here's the birds. Side together, side. Now the ocean waves, gliding like the gulls. Back to your basic. Very good. Basic again. Now it's going to rain. Here we go, rain. It comes down. 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 Now the swirling winds, the palm trees.
The swirling winds over the
Good. Basic. Now we do that choo-choo step, forward and back to the windows. Forward and back. Forward. Now around the island. Here's where you get to roll it. Around, around. Back to your basic. Basic. Good
This
job.
is my favorite right here.
Good job. Now here we're going to understand the meanings and the basic again. Love. Fingertips. We tell a story and we push it out to the audience. Basic. I love you. Rub your heart. Basic. Now we do that choo-choo, forward and back again. Forward and back. Forward. Now go around the island. Roll those hips. Roll them around. Good job. Basic. So we understand, point to your thinking. The meanings go out. Basic. Fingertips. Tell them aloha. Push it out to the people. And basic.
Say to me again,
I love you. Basic. And that's the end of our dance. I'll show you what we do. Step back. Lift your hands up and back forward. Good. Yay. Yay. Good job.
I love it. It's so elegant.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Okay, we always start our ballet class with the basic positions and learn to move the arms gracefully. Tummies tucked in, hips forward, round the arms to the side. And second position, slide the foot out to the side. Tendu. They learn the ballet terminology with every step that we do. Arms are out in second. Your shoulder is higher than your elbow and the wrist is lower than the elbow. Third position, tendu, slide halfway in front and the opposite arm comes in front. Pretty arms, hide the thumbs, stretch the fingers out to the side. Fourth position, slide the toe straight forward, drop the heel. You present the heel to the audience and the arm goes up overhead. Locking the knees tight, tuck the hips forward, tummy in, shoulders down, chest up. Tendu, slide to fifth position, bring the heel all the way over, and both arms go up to the side. And graceful hands, the wrists lead, turn the hands over, fingers are always last. And arms up. And caress the palms face in, down past your face, and down. And open up. Stretch over to the side, and up. Over to the side, and up. Open head up, back flat as you stretch all the way forward to the floor, and up, and down. Very nice. Good. Slide, lift, slide, lift, slide, lift, slide, lift. Lift your leg up high to the lady behind you. Make sure your toe is pointed to the lady behind you. Try not to bend your knee, just like you're ice skating. We have a few ice skaters and roller skaters in here, so they know this. And now add the hop, which is a saute. Add your hop. Slide, hop, slide, hop, slide. Good. Very good. Very good. And ballerina walks, ladies. If you have to go out on stage and collect your big bouquet at the end of the show, fourth position, always the toe, then the heel. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Are you with your partners? Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Lower the hands in second position. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. If you had a book on your head, we don't want it to fall off, so keep your chin up, head up. Good, very good. Now our PKs. Let's do one without the turn and one with the turn across the floor. Diagonal arms. PK 1, PK turn. PK step, PK turn, PK step, PK turn. Let's stay together. PK step, PK turn, PK step, PK turn. Straighten those arms. Pull them in middle. PK step, PK turn, PK step, PK turn. Here's your diagonal arms. PK step, PK. Good job. Turn the knee out to the side and point the toe. PK step, PK turn. Very nice.
So now we're going to demonstrate two different types of jazz. And one is to my most favorite songs, Ladies' Night.
Cool in the Gang.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the other
good.
one I think you're going to pull me in on.
Oh yeah, we can't wait to get you in on that.
On the twist.
We'd go back to the 60s. The jazz routine that we do is just basic jazz because most of these ladies, most of them, never had danced before. So we started out with simple steps and just get the body moving into it. But the one that we would get you goes back to the 60s when they did the boogaloo and the watusi and the skate and the slide. So we're going to get you with that.
Anxious to see, and I'm anxious to jump in.
Good, good, good.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, oh what a night. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Oh what a night. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Oh girls, y'all got one night. A night that's special everywhere. From New York to Hollywood, it's ladies' night, and girl, the feeling's good. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Oh what a night. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Romantic lady. No, 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 no,
One of the most elegant forms of tap is the soft shoe, which I remember from the old movies.
Right.
And then you're actually going to demonstrate a tap. Tell me a little bit about the soft shoe and the difference between the two.
Well, the soft shoe was actually done without tap shoes. That's why they called it soft shoe, just in whatever shoes they had on. And anytime you see the old black and white movies with Bob Hope or Jimmy Durante even, they always did the soft shoe. Just a soft, graceful, nice, same movements that are handed down year after year. And then the tap, we picked up their pace a little bit and, you know, got into the shuffles and the buffaloes and the flap step steps, all basic tap again, but with the arms, and just learning to memorize all this at a mature age it was difficult, but they're wonderful.
Well, and you know, that's great exercise for the mind.
The mind as well as the body, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's
Okay,
great.
let's see. And I love to hear this too.
Good.
So, like, this is one of my favorites to listen to.
Good, good, good.
This is a very special dance to close the dance demonstrations with. Tell us a little bit. I know it's to the Lord's Prayer. What are the steps involved?
Well, it's basically, again, it's interpretive movement. It's mostly hands. I taught throughout Europe many years ago to a lot of mime and worship groups, worship and praise dance. But it's not really dance. It would be mostly the graceful hands that they use to draw the people into what we're singing about. So it is like a worship and praise dance that we're thrilled that Rita was able to come in today and sing with us.
And you know, and it's so beautiful to close, because when you close an exercise class, you want to do it, you know, with stretching and calmness, and this kind of brings you back into that place.
A nice cool down, especially with your mind focusing on greater things.
I've heard it's beautiful, so I'm anxious to watch.
Good, thank you.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom
And you have to do me one favor now that we've demonstrated the Fabulous Divas. I want to see you perform, because you are just amazing.
Thank you.
And I know tap is, as you know, I said, I love listening,
love
is
it.
one of my favorites. And I know how awesome you are at it. So would you give us the honor of doing a
I
little
would be glad to. It's always been fun for me too. So as long as I could keep the legs moving, I'll be glad to do it.
Well,
for you.
and by the way,
Little bit.
it's that you are my idol, because that's how I want to be moving.
Good.
Exactly. And
You
we're
have to
not
join
that
our
far
class.
apart.
You have to
but
join our class. Then.
I'd love
Get
to.
you moving. It'll
Thank
be fun.
you.
Good.
I can't wait to see you.
Good. Thank you.
He was a famous drummer that out Chicago way. He had a broken style no one else could play. He was a top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was on the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. They say his old bugle for his Uncle Sam. They really brought him down because he could not jam. The guy seemed to understand, because the next year the cap went out and got the band. And all his company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
I want to give a special thank you to my guest, Rose Memo, whom I love and adore. And without you, Rose, we wouldn't be here.
Thank you.
And Judy, it's been such a pleasure getting to
My
know
pleasure.
you a little bit better. You're just
It's good.
fantastic.
Thank you.
And to our audience, Judy, you start taking children from the age 3 on up,
3.
right?
Yes,
now
we
3,
do.
well into their 80s.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
the great part.
Yeah, and if you can walk and if you can move, you can dance.
That's right. Absolutely.
So I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope it's given you a new perspective on dance, and we hope to see you at Judy's Conti studio in the near future. Thanks, everybody.